So, as some of you following me on this channel already know, my 505 ST is undergoing paint change work. So it's basically a project, my car project, my GL car project, which uh, the 55 ST is now representing as a project car. So yeah, but something I observed which I want to point out because I think it happened when I did my 505 VC paint job in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. See, it was 2022. So um maybe it's not as if I didn't take it seriously, but I didn't think it through. That so that to learn from me, so that next time I won't let that happen again. But now I realized it was a mistake. So what I mean is, um, in the past 90s, at least I know I started driving in the 90s. So at that time, it was basically the panel beaters are the carpenters. Period. You see, panel beaters, they are the one that paint cars. So my point is that most as on average, there's nothing like, oh, this is a panel beater, this is a carpenter. So if you want that time, remember it was basically in Nigeria 504, 505, 404 in the rest. Talking about 80s, 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Of course, there are other brand of car, but I would say on average, these cars are more common on the road. 504, 505, 404, and other brands too. So when you want to paint your car, all you need is to go to a panel beater, because at that time these cars, even up till now, they are known for rust. I'm not saying they will rust very bad, but it's expected that if you are painting your car, there is a possibility, if not probability, that there will be some welding work to be done on the body of the car. It might not be extent where you can physically see, like on this one. This is the V6 one. Might not necessarily be, it could be somewhere under, it could be, most times their weakness is not necessarily on the body. They tend to rust even on the body, just be showing small sign. But sometimes it could be under on the floor. What usually happens, because water tends to go down, come into the vehicle, and then goes and settle on the floor. So that over time will create that rust. Sometimes it's not even about that. Sometimes it could also be, depending on where they are driven. Like if you drive at that time, people don't right now. I know most people may not know this. Uh, but then those of us that were driving started driving as early as 90s or before that. Like I said, during that era when 504, 505 and the rest, we are the order of the day on Nigerian road. Only one, whenever I see 504, 505 that comes from Lagos, that was or used in Lagos, and for some reasons the owner, travel with the car to the east. Once you go under the car, woof, rust everywhere. You see that's this is one of their issues, even on the body, but it's more pronounced under. So at that time, people were running away from cars, 504, 505 that were used in Lagos. Salt, remember, is close to, is it sea or ocean? I don't know. So they suffer, that salt affects them more than every other part of Nigeria, at least that I know of at that time. So my point is, you always have some welding work to do. So when you are given a panel beater, the panel beater will do this whole welding since he's the one that also do the paint job, he will now, of course, he will point out some things he wants hey, I can see us here, I can see us here, I can see us here, do the work. If I'm not, at that time, to be honest, we do paint job because of rust, not necessarily because the paint has faded. No, it's when the rust will be coming up. Then after a while, no, the rust is too much now. Let me go and deal with it and then repaint the car again. So sometimes it shows up on the body of the car as well. But these days, it's becoming. I didn't take note of it initially. It was when I did this job. Well, this was my first time I painted car here in Abuja. This 505. This is my first. Okay, no, there was a time my phone since I painted the roof, but that's not. I won't consider it a paint job because just the roof was fading, the color faded. I was like, hey, I gave it to somebody, let them paint it, and the bonnet. I think both bonnet and the roof. So that's why I don't consider. But when I did a full paint job, this my first time in Abuja. The other times were when I was in the east. So I don't notice that I was thinking, oh, if I'm giving, when I gave it the parameter and pointed and showed the parameter, hey, there's a small rust here, I can see. There's a small rust here, I can see. There's one here. Me being, I'm not a panel beater, so most likely I'm not expected to have the same technical eye like a panel beater that might even see some areas that rust might be there and I will not see, or be able to detect where rust probably is about to come up, so that you'll be able to fix it. That my point is, at least once I could see, I say, hey, this place, these places, these few places, you need to do something about them. Meaning you have to cut up the rusted place, welding pan there, and then do your smoothing and the rest. So after doing that, I realized that the person will now take the car to give another person. That they actually don't do welding work or panel beating work. No, they will go and give somebody else to now do the whole work, to do the panel beating work, the welding work, all those things I just mentioned. So their own work is just to paint. So that was my observation, and I wasn't really comfortable because what I now realized was some of those things you will point out to the person while giving the person the vehicle to go and paint. He is not charging you for everything. Initially, I thought since he was what, I didn't know that you're going to give. So giving it to another person means he will now pay the person, tell the person, oh, I do all these things, and I'll pay you. So what now happens is sometimes in order to cut costs, because they are now the ones doing the spending, even though it's part of the money you are paying them. So instead of them to pay them enough money to be able to do all those work we pointed out, all those rusty places we pointed out, say, hey, you need to wear this pen. Then you have to cut off the pan and put another pan. Please don't go and start doing. Instead, they will out. Some that are probably not exposed like that, they will even avoid it. They won't tell the person to do it because the person is going to, that will increase the cost they will not pay the person. Even though they probably have included it in whatever they charge you overall to do the paint job. But, greed sometimes will creep in. Since I give another person, hey, do only these ones that are on the surface that the person will only see. You'll be surprised. Even some maybe on the body of the car, maybe here or somewhere, I don't know. Let's just say here. Maybe it started showing a little bit sign of small rust somewhere. Instead of saying, hey, cut off that place, cut the pan, put another pan, weld it there, and maybe use small body filler to smoothen every place. It's all right to do. They probably may say, hey, wash that place, apply body filler there. Even though the rust is still there, use body filler to cover the rust. All in the name just to save the cost. because he is now saying, hey, why I want to take the whole month rather than paying this other person to do it. So you see where I'm coming from. So this was something that happened. I was like, hmm, this was my first house. Is that how things were now? I know I painted my GL then in 2000. Trying to remember 2001 or 2002. I can't remember exactly the year painted that car. Can't remember. I know it was probably no, it wasn't up to. I think it was like either 19 or 2000, something like that. Within that time, probably 2000 that I painted that car. So another time, all you need is to give the panel beater. In your presence, you will even see them. They will remove all the seat on the vehicle, the floor. They will start checking. If they see any part, they will cut it open. On the body of the car, they will be checking. They see anything, they cut it, put pan. If it's not minor something, they might do a small, because they are the one doing the whole both work, both the wedding and everything. So they are charging you. They are not paying another person. So whatever he charges is what he's paying. He's going to do. Unlike other person that will charge, and then when it now comes to pay another person that will now do part of the work, he'll be like, no, I don't want to pay all the money I collected for that person. So let me only ask him to do only half of the work is I collected money for, so that I will eat the rest or keep the rest for me, for myself. So this second time too as well, same thing. This one that is undergoing this year, I noticed in as much as they don't allow people inside where they do the paint job, but on a few occasions, um, recently the car refused to start. Um, so they say, your car have stopped, no longer started. I was like, hey, is it cranking? Uh, I don't know. Probably they didn't understand what I mean by cranking or starting. Uh, I said, oh, it must be fuel. Probably starting because they said fuel has finished. I said, no, I know amount quantity of fuel I put in the car when I bought it. And I know that car doesn't consume fuel, knowing that I've driven it for some few days before I took it there. So I know how the consumption is. So the fuel is supposed to still be on that car as long as you do not drive it out of that compound, no matter what. However, fine, I sent my money, I buy fuel and put. Then later, call again. Hey, it's still not starting. Even after we put fuel, I say, come. I told you people, this is not fuel. This car, see, carburetor, there is a way you start it. Remember, I put a new carburetor. I've not actually done full tuning on that carburetor. So what it does now, it does hard start in the morning. Not necessarily has a big hard start issue. Just that the first crank, it will start and go off. Once you crack it the first time, it will start and go off. Then the second time, may not start and I do roughly go on. So I was like, hey, this is how to start it. I even explained it to him when I drove the vehicle. When you start off, actually the first thing you do before you crank the engine, this is a carburetor, not a fuel injection. Don't start the engine first. Press the throttle, pump it like 2 times, then crank. When you crank, it will start and run. But in this case here, it will start, but it will go off. Then you start the next time. When you start now, you just don't accelerate too much. Just be tapping it, just maybe like 1,500 RPM. Just be doing, you just tap of the accelerator. Just keep tapping. Once it runs for like 30 seconds, it will stabilize. So I know it's about tuning issue because it means excess fuel probably is going in and that cold start. Once engine is cold, it will do that. But once it starts, the rest of the day, as long as engine has not gone cold again, it will once the first crank it will start and stable. So I know it's something I had to take my time and then know how to retune and do all that. But at the moment, at that time, it wasn't an issue for me. So I had to go there and so there are things. I know it's taking too long to explain some of the things. I was saying some stuff. I was like, come on. These are some few places I pointed out I'm supposed to have welded. And at the stage where I met the car now is almost at the almost the last stage of painting the car. So why are these things not yet been done? You want to tell me after it's after painting the car, you now take it to go and start doing the welding work. So I was like, okay, fine. So here's my point, you know, because I was there, I realized he had to, not at that point, before then, there was a time I needed to go and drop something. No, I needed to go and take something from the vehicle. So, and I saw the vehicle outside the compound. That was when I now occurred to me, oh, they are not even the one doing the wedding. Outside the compound, opposite the compound, somewhere else, they are doing the wedding work there. So I was like, oh, so it's the same, because the person that painted this one is not the one I gave to paint this other one, the project one, current project car. I was like, you guys are doing the same thing. So now I realize, see, it's basically almost every carpenter, this is what they do. The way they will be talking to you, they sound as if they are the one that will do the wedding. So for Nigeria, I don't know about every other place. So that's the unfortunate thing. So my advice to you in future, because as far as I'm concerned, if I'm doing any carpent again in nearest future or whatever, of course, eventually I have one of my, I think this one self, the paint has started fading gradually, especially on top. So one of the cars that eventually will have to do a paint job. I don't know when. It hasn't gone that bad. So, but my point is, if I'm going to do any paint job again or any of my cars, and there's any, even if it's not wedding work, if there's any place that needs some panel beating or just whatever it is, as long as it's not paint work, maybe some the place enter this side, they'll need to bring it out. I don't care. As long as it's a panel beater that need, please take it to your panel beater first. Or if the person you are giving the car to do the paint job, if there's a panel beater there around the person, you yourself goes and discuss with the panel beater. Even if the carpenter, you can also be involved with that by calling him and say, okay, I'll give this person. You discuss the charge with the panel beater. Show him everything he needs to show. As a carpenter as well, if possible, yeah, also if there's other things you need to show the panel beater what to show the person. And then tell the panel beater, if you see any other thing probably you've not seen in the process of the work, please inform me, even if I had to add a little more. Discuss that price, the charge with that person for the palliative work, whatever I need to do. Exclude the paint job from it. Let that person do all his work before handing over the car to the carpenter. The carpenter let you now do his own work. Even if in the process of trying to uh, smoothing all those palliative places, and you now notice where the palliative don't do a good job. Fine, it could let you know the palliative will do, or worst case, you know what, fine. Even though my discussion with you was to paint the car, engage your own panel beater to now come and do it at, since it will just be a minor something, maybe a very small price. Now handle that one, because you know you're going to, since it's something that may not be, or maybe one he mistakenly omitted. The reason why I'm saying this is when you are engaging the panel beater directly to do this work, it means that person will want to impress you by doing almost everything you had discussed with him. He will charge you for the work. But if you go and give your carpenter to be the one to do everything, to do both, since they are not the one doing the panel beating work, the wedding work, every other thing, what you now do is he will charge you for all that, but he will not do what needs to be done by paying the panel beater and not to do all that. So that's the mistake I make in this one. So I'll never do that again. And I'm advising you, don't make the same mistake I made. Trust me, see, don't, these panel beaters, because it's just not my own car, other people's car that are also outside. Like I said, all these things they didn't click in until this second time. You could be surprised. There could be maybe place that had impact. Maybe he had small accident somewhere, they panicated it and it wasn't smooth. Maybe he now showed a small sign of rust. Instead of him to now remove the maybe body filler that was there before, weld pan there or do all those things. If you see, he might see that rust somewhere there. So you need to deal with that rust. He will get a fresh body filler, cover that rust or cover it. Man, how would you know? It's only maybe months later, a year later, you now start seeing the sign that somebody did a shady work there by covering that place with body filler or putty, you know. So I know, like I said, this video is too long, but see, I wanted to just say, hey, do this before you go and paint your car, go and give panel to do this. But I took my time to explain why, so that I won't look at, because there could be a situation where truly maybe it's a company, so the company also have people that do panel work inside that same place. So why not? Of course, let them handle the whole thing, but make sure if you do not see sign, because that's what they will tell you. Oh, no, we are the one to do that. If you do not see the sign that they are the one doing panel even if it's a company, so do you be surprised they might even have to take it out. If you do not see that sign of that, or see sign where they do the word, or they are the one doing the wedding work, do not take it out. Have somebody else do that, finish his own work. When you bring it down, of course, he cannot charge you that high anymore, because you are only paying now for the paint job. So it's better for you to have everything done, all the panel work that is needed on the car done, pay the person, let them do their own paint job. In that case, there's nothing for them to cover. They will only charge you for the paint job. I know some, because people will not say, hey, no, I don't want to spend more than I should by engaging. And of course, most likely when you engage the two person, if you do this one first, maybe you spend a little bit more, but you are better off, because you'll be most time you likely will be cheated. They may still charge you that high to do the bilingual, and they will still cheat you. So that's what I'm saying. I just take my time to explain these things. So it's not like it's basically what they almost all the ones I know now, that's what they do. What I mean is they don't do the bilingual work. I was surprised. Sometimes the thought will cross my mind, they will go away. Because I really don't do paint work on my cars. This is like the second one I'm doing here in Abuja. So that was so truly. We now have panel separate from carpenters. I mean, I was surprised, to be honest, because that was the mind. This is what I experienced. This is what I've always known. So I didn't know it has changed over time. So people who probably will be wondering what am I talking about, trust me, maybe by that time you are still a kid or you have not started driving, so you might not really know. Like I said, those of us who started driving in the 90s, early 90s or thereabout, that's how we've been doing work. Even when I wasn't even painting car, but if I have any panel work, I'll go to the panel beater. As they're working, you see them have other cars that they're also working and painting at the same, at that same workshop. That time there was nothing like oven baking. Nothing like oven baking. I'm talking about 90s, even 80s. Yeah, I was going to work, panel beating, workshops, even though I'm not started driving, at least on the public road at that time, you know, just going there with my parents and the rest and see them work. You see, that time there was nothing like oven baking or those things. They just inside their workshop, they will build a secure room that make sure there is no breeze, anything entering it. They will do it, cover it very well. They'll drive inside and do their paint work, bring it out, let it dry outside. That's how they've been doing that. And they do it well. In fact, it seems to even serve better than what they even do this. Some of them are doing these days. They call it oven. People think that just because you dive into oven and do the paint work, it will make it better. It's about mixing the paint and expertise on how you do the paint work and everything. Yeah, baking help, but my point is doesn't necessarily mean all the paint job they do in home baking currently we are better than the ones they were doing back time without home baking. Come on, like I said, people have been painting cars since the 70s, 80s, 90s. Home baking is a new thing. People, I know, like I said, most people don't know, especially the new car users, recent people that started using cars recently. They probably think that's how it has been. No, this is just a new thing. So, are you saying cars they were using that time? Even my GL I painted that time. If you need to see how the work was. People are painting car, you see them, you say, wow, as, it look as if these were factory made or they came like that as factory. Yet you are just inside local consultant place. Nothing like oven. It's about knowledge, skilled painters. That's how I put it. Okay, so I hope this information helps. So like this video, subscribe to the channel and watch out for more videos.